You've been murdered. What fictional detective would you want to solve the case? Jokenda. He isn't fictional though. My favorite detective isn't a super conventional one. It's William Murdoch from Murdoch Mysteries. It would also mean I got to time travel to Victorian Canada before my murder, and well, if I'm gonna die, I might as well do something awesome beforehand. I can't see the murder going unsolved with creative George, Jill of all trades Dr. Julia Ogden, and wily Detective Bracken Reed. I refer to this show as stealth steampunk. The anachronisms of the inventions are clever. They are, I think, all theoretically possible given the technology of the time, it's just no one had ever thought of it before. Tom Barnaby from Midsomer Murders. At least I would be murdered in the beautiful English countryside and would probably have spent some time in a stately manor house, at a fete, what is it with coconuts at fetes, or some other stereotypical English community gathering with quirky locals beforehand. Yeah, but he's gotta solve the other 90% of Midsommar's population getting offed first. Monk. A lot of my family really liked that show, so they'd be stoked if he was on the case. I'm sure he'd make quick work of it too despite the, intense concentration thing he's got going on. I'm certain anyone who didn't say Monk hasn't seen Monk. If there's any fictional character who can solve a case no matter how wild and cold it is, it's gotta be Monk. Well, it's terrible AC Moore is dead, but it did bring Monk into our lives, so it's not all bad. Plus he'd leave your house spotless. No need for a detective. My wife has watched every murder documentary on Netflix. It's her. She did it. Face with tears of joy. Hercule Poirot, I'd prefer not to be the only one to die, and as long as Poirot is on the case I am confident that someone else will die during the course of the murder investigation. Yeah, my wife watches Dateline all the time. Since I've never had an affair, it must be my wife that did it. Usually the victim is up to something shady though. I would prefer to be Miss Marpled. Haha, I feel like people saw Poirot and stopped reading. Something about those murder mysteries, the killers were never smart enough to stop at one murder. And also everyone will hear all the gossip those English ladies have on you. Columba. Same. Because Poirot is fucking awesome. I've got some Poirot fans in my family so it'd entertain them, that's a bonus. And if any one of them were the murderer they'd know they didn't have a chance so they'd be freaking out until they were caught and that is pretty great too. The detectives from Midsomer Murders. You know at least 2 others will be murdered in the course of the investigation.